Find all our courses at MeanThat.com. Let's bring on another very important term when it comes to the study of organizations, and that is the organizational environment. Every organization operates in some sort of an environment. So let's see what this term means. In this video, I'm going to show you two terms. We have the environment that is going to be our focus, and then we have something that we call organizational domain, and it's necessary that you do not misunderstand these two. So let's see what is the organizational environment. This is the set of forces, and as always I would like to encourage you to remember always the noun. So it's a set of forces, let me highlight it. So set of forces, that is our noun, surrounding an organization that have the potential to affect the way it operates. So affect the way it operates, and its access to scarce resources. I think it's quite a straightforward sentence, but do not misunderstand it with organizational domain, because organizational domain is the particular range of services. So this is a range of services. And again, we have our noun here, and you can see the difference. On the one hand, we have environment, which is a set of forces, and the domain is a range of services that the organization produces and the customers and other stakeholders it serves. So here we are talking about the domain that will come later in the later chapters. Now in the first videos, you are going to learn about organizational environment. So let's imagine some organization. So let's say that right over here we have our organization. So this is going to be our organization. And now we should be able to draw some set of forces that have a potential to affect the way we operate. So what kind of forces those can be? Well, certainly those can be some economic forces. So economic forces. Then let's say there can be some environmental forces. So environmental forces. Then there can be some demographic forces. Because if we have an aging population, it will be quite hard for us to find younger employees. Then finally, those can be some political forces. Those may be the stronger ones. So political. Of course, every law that is going to come out is going to affect the way we operate. So we have our set of forces, but let me show you something. These forces are not really going to affect us directly when they change. If there is a law saying that, let's say, we have to have a better agreements between the organizations, it is going to affect us through something else. It is going to affect us through what we call a specific environment. So here is going to be, let me just find the right color. So we have some distributors around us. So we have a distributors. Then let's say we have our customers. Then let's say we have our suppliers. And what can be there as fourth one can be unions. So every organization has some labor unions. And now you can see around us is some sort of a bubble through which these big forces are affecting us. And that's what we call a specific environment. So here we have what we call a specific environment. And these big forces that are around us, these big ones, are what we call a general environment. So here we have a general environment. And as we have said, these big forces from general environment are affecting us indirectly. So that economical force is going to affect something within our specific environment, and then something, let's say our suppliers, are going to affect the way we operate. So you see, it's some sort of an indirect effect. So this is quite important to understand that there are these big forces, and you can now imagine if there are more organizations within this general environment, the economical force that change is going to affect the specific environments of several companies at once. So we have our general environment. There can be some economical forces, environmental, political, demographic, and much more. And then quite closely to our organization is what we call a specific environment. Those are our suppliers, customers, distributors, and unions. And these big forces are affecting us indirectly through our specific environment.